Welcome to another day, another unboxing, and I went out and bought a M1 Apple Silicon MacBook Air and a gold Intel Core i5 based MacBook Air. Both are the same specs, 8 gigabytes, 512 gigs of RAM, and just a difference in processors. Core i5 Intel versus Apple Silicon M1. So I'm just going to unbox at least the M1 version. They're pretty much identical. You've all seen unboxings. But this is just to kind of complement all the discussions I've had on the podcast about the M1 chips. So, you know, I'm a Mac user, and obviously this is dear to me. I've been waiting for an ARM-based Mac for a while. So finally went ahead and pulled the trigger, as I should. All right, so let's move the gold one, Intel one aside and get started unboxing this. So that's what it says here, Air. Here's the graphic, MacBook Air, Apple logo, Apple logo. You can see here, it says 8 gigs, 512 gig, MacBook Air. All right, so let's get this started, shall we? Dun, 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 dun. Tear this off. It's always fun with Apple products. You get to remove the fresh packaging. And then we get to open this up. Oh, it's really well sealed. Ta-da! There it is. Apple MacBook Air. And then we've got some stuff in here. The usual Designed by Apple in California box, which typically has manuals and things in it. Indeed, it does. I believe there's stickers in here too, which is cool. That's it for this. So let's see, there is the stickers, which are space gray. They match. So there's gold stickers on the gold one, which is cool. MacBook Air safety, and here's a quick setup. Welcome to your MacBook Air. And, you know, tells you the basics. So that's it. That's what's in the box. Now there is also a power cord, USB Type-C to Type-C, right? Type-C here, Type-C here. It's a 2-meter cord, 6 feet long. And then we have the AC adapter here, which is pretty small. It's actually smaller than the AC adapter that came with my 12-inch MacBook 5 years ago. And that's it, folks. That's it for the box. That's all we're going to get. There is really nothing else here. Basically just an empty box. So let's have a look at the computer, shall we? So fresh, so new. There it is. So I think I just peel this down and off we go, huh? Yep, that's it. And here we are. Fresh out of the box. There we go. So it's space gray, which is nice. I haven't had a MacBook Air in space gray before. I only had my own MacBook 12-inch. You got a bunch of stuff in the back. 2 USB Type 4 ports. These are Thunderbolt and USB, but the new USB Type 4 standard. USB-C type connectors, of course. There's a headphone jack on this side right here. And then, you know, the hinge in the back. No more backlit logos. That's been gone in a long time now. And so let's open it up. Ta-da! And it turns right on, just like a Chromebook. Cool. And did you hear something? It has the chime. Yes, the new MacBooks have the chime again. So that's super exciting. All right, so the keyboard feels really nice. As you can see, there's a fingerprint sensor in the power lock key here, Touch ID. Speakers, and this beautiful scissor keyboard, magic keyboard, that's what Apple calls it. It feels very nice, as I just tested. It says MacBook Air at the bottom of the bezel down here, and that's the screen. It's a 400 nit IPS panel. It is what Apple calls a Retina display. It's a pretty high res. I'll put the resolution right here. You know, it's not a really big change compared to the MacBooks of before. Like, they just didn't change anything between this and the gold Intel MacBook Air in terms of appearance or chassis. The one difference, of course, is the chip, but the fact that also this one is fanless, just like my 12-inch MacBook. It doesn't have a fan, whereas the Intel ones have a fan. And if you're wondering what they look like side by side, ta-da! Look at that. Gold versus space gray. Gold, space gray. gold, space gray. And if we open them up, both have the same exact screen. Look at that. Different OS versions though. I'm pretty sure this is Catalina and this is Big Sur. Same keyboards. Everything is the same. So that's it, folks. That's a quick look at Apple Silicon M1 based MacBook Air in 8GB, 512GB space gray. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick unboxing. Again, this is a compliment to the podcast. You should definitely listen to the podcast. I've been discussing the M1 Macs for quite a few weeks now, so check it out. The podcast is at mobiletechpodcast.com. We're on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, and Spotify, amongst other places. Look for Mobile Tech Podcast with Tank Girl. And remember to subscribe, like, and tell your friends about this video. Comment below. Also click the notification bell. Let me know, would you be enough of an early adopter to buy an M1 based Mac right now as it just got released, or will you wait for the next generation to see how things get ironed out? I'd be curious to know. So that's it, folks. Stay tuned for another video soon, and until then, cheers everybody.